Hey folks, how's it going? Oh, the moment I started this, my camera started screwing up again. I've been trying to figure out what's wrong with my webcam, and here we are, back in the same problem I was in before. Hey folks, how's it going? Oh, the moment I started this, my camera started screwing up again. All right, I've been trying to figure out what's wrong with. I'm gonna swap back to my crappy camera, I think, because I can't do this like freezing nonstop thing. Well, I guess that's the iPhone camera for you. Let me see. I can switch to my webcam that looks like this. It's not as pretty. Let's see. Is there any difference in the configuration? No, they both do all the same thing. So it's just got to be something wrong with like the iPhone camera. But it's so nice. Like everybody talks about like that's the whole thing is it's supposed to be like really nice to use, and it's not even plugged in right now. So it's just yeah, it's just it's not like a USB bandwidth problem. It's something else, which is very strange. Maybe I'll see like OBS, iPhone camera, freezing. Maybe there's something. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's like people saying restart OBS, you know, etc. Like that's not really helpful. I just started OBS. And this was happening last time. Let's see. Only allowed one USB camera per main USB port. I don't really know what that means, but I don't think that's my situation. Oh well. I'll probably just use the crappy camera for now. We'll live with it. It's not too big of a deal. Let's get some tunes going. I'm gonna put on my usual fare. Nothing special. All right. And let's get it started at low volume and look at my levels. It could be a little bit loud. Here we go. Yeah, all right, folks. Let me know how the music is. You know the drill. All right. Pull up my dashboard and we can get coding. All right. Cool. This looks good. Hey folks, how's it going? Nice. Thank you for the feedback on the audio levels. I appreciate that. That really really helps me when people give that stuff early because man, it's just frustrating. I like to get to the end and then everybody's like, yeah, I couldn't hear you actually. But of course now the music cuts out. What's going on with that? Oh, I think that's just yeah, see something's going wrong. Like with the reason my camera isn't working, probably similar. Here, I refreshed the playlist. Anyway, we'll kick this up. So I have a very cool thing that I'm working on that I haven't really told anybody about yet. And I'm not gonna work on it quite yet. I'm gonna work on something assistive for it. But it's gonna, you might get spoiled. You might see it while I'm going. I know 1080p, it's hot, right? All right, let's take a look. So what we're working on first is I want to write. So we have a bunch of tools for manipulating a project in Igniter. Oh yeah, you know what? Let me turn on. I have streaming settings set up that kick up the overall sizes of everything, including my sidebar. That was a problem I had with Zed. And Peter Ulrich actually is the one who clued me in to how to do this, which is cool. So anyway, going back, the hey Barnabas, why I got so many people here today. What we're working on right now is, and I haven't quite decided exactly what the shape of this is going to be. Like, I'm thinking probably what we'll do is make a refactors folder, and then we'll call this like renames. I don't really like this. We'll figure out where this function actually goes. Oh yeah, so I couldn't figure that out, by the way. I remember, so the gutter, I was trying to fix it. I can adjust this runnables thing to not show runnables, but that doesn't actually shrink. It's a problem with Zed. There's nothing I can actually do about it right now until Zed does something to like shrink it. Like watch, even if I turn line numbers off, I guess it does get slightly smaller, but I use line numbers. But you can't get, like, the line numbers aren't the biggest thing. It's like this crap. So I don't know. Maybe there's a way to turn off the folding, but I'll have to figure it out. It is pretty chunky though, I agree. Make it one smaller. Okay. So what we want to be able to do is I want to be able to call a function. So as a user, right, if we're writing our user story, we want to do like a rename. We'll call this rename function, and it'll be a module, function, and an arity. This will probably be this actually a list of arities. Do it like this, and yeah, I mean, it's an interesting idea. I mean, I don't think they're going to use Igniter for their code actions, but maybe they could. I mean, it'd be something to explore. Yeah, be kind of interesting. So what this looks like is we're taking a Igniter, which I did not put in here, a module, function name, and an integer or a list of integers, which this is arities, and we're returning an igniter. So we can solve for some of this, which is when is list arities enum.reduce so we're just gonna, call the function like this, and this, then we can just write the single case here, igniter yeah. What's interesting to me is, like, even if the language server team introduces a rename function, right? Like, we don't want it locked behind the language server, because you want to be able to just, like, you'll kind of see why this matters, right? But imagine, like, somebody else in some other ecosystem renames their function. Like a Phoenix function gets renamed, and you want to upgrade your app to honor that rename. You don't have a function you can, like, right click on and say rename function. Like, it's not your refactor you're applying, it's somebody else's. And that's a big factor to kind of why I'm building it this way. But it is kind of an interesting question, because I'm almost like, I'm almost feeling like maybe, I don't know, maybe the LS team is going to want some of this stuff, and maybe, I don't know, maybe they can just use Igniter. I don't know. Kind of an interesting concept. I don't know if they would want to. We'll see. So what we're going to do is we're going to update, what is this? I think this is, there should be like an update all Elixir files or something, right? Let me see. There's include all Elixir files. Update glob. Okay. So we can update glob all Elixir files like this. And what we get here is we get, if I recall correctly, we just get a zipper. And in here, we're going to, I have actually no idea how this is going to go. We're going to see, but we're going to say igniter.code.common.replace code. Oh, no, that's not quite right. It's, let me double check. Code, common, replace code. Okay, yeah, we don't want replace code. I think we want, okay, update all matches. This I think what we want. Update all matches. You know, somebody has a bug report about update all matches right now. So maybe I'll see what that bug report is. We'll see. All right. So I'm assuming update all matches. Yeah, it takes a predicate and an updater. Okay. So we know it's a match when igniter.code.common.func or igniter.code.function.function call zipper. Then I believe it's, let's see. This is, yeah, module atom. Okay. So we'd say module function arity. And we're going to replace it with this is kind of interesting because we're not just going, we can't just like replace the code. What we need to do is we need to do a little bit of a smarter patch. So what I'm going to do for now is just return this, say, okay, don't actually do anything. Rewrite.new0 is undefined. Definitely not undefined. What were you doing when you ran into that? All right. Igniter.util.common. util.debug.puts code at node. All right. So we're going to make a test for this. So this will be an Igniter refactors renames test. I've been trying to figure I need to learn the keyboard shortcuts for working in the sidebar because it's like you can, I guess I can't jump to the sidebar. Okay, if I do it like this, I can. Okay. So now to create a file, what did it say it was? Create a new file is %. Okay, so if I'm in here, I can say what %? Yeah, renames test. Just gonna copy one of my other tests. I mean, I can see if I can reproduce that. Let's see. Works for me. I'm using latest igniter as well. All right, have fun. All right. Need to quit all my apps and stuff. What do I got back here? All right. Cleaning up my life. All right. So back to it. So what we'll do is we'll do performs a simple rename. So we'll make test project and we'll do this. We'll say create or igniter.create new file, so example.ex, and this is going to say in it we're going to have sum module dot sum function a b, right? And let's just put, well, yeah, let's just do this. Let's do it with no arguments first. That makes sense. A simple rename on zero arity functions, because that's pretty straightforward. So now we will apply the igniter. So it's like, this is what already exists. And now we will say igniter dot refactors dot renames dot rename function. And we're going to rename the function or sum module sum function 0. Oh, duh. I don't have any arities. What, like, it's not what it's, we don't have 2, like what we're renaming it to. Module function. So this would be like old module, old function. So this should probably actually be like this, right? Like old module, old function, new module, new function, maybe. All right, and with this, yeah, I guess, well, not an MFA tuple, it would be like arities, right? We would need, because this is just a number, so it doesn't really match with the argument concept. But so what you're saying is, yeah, I don't know, because it's the arities have to match on both cases, so we wouldn't want to say rename function old module old function 1 to new module new function 2. It has to be the same arity. So I think we'll do it like this. But in this case, we'll say, so it'll be something like this, you know, old something like this, new, like this. So then this actually doesn't need to destructure these. This can just say old, new. Let me put this all more in the center of my screen. Okay. So this would be old, new, and then we'll say old module, old function, new module, new function. Cool. So yeah, now we're getting a sensible warning that we're not actually using this code. All right, so now here, this will be some module to some function, and we're going to rename that to some other module, some other function. So there's going to be a lot of this that doesn't work out of the box. I'm pretty confident. But first, we're just going to see, are we actually finding, like, we should get this printed in this bit that we're like getting to the function call that we expect, etc. So yeah, and I've been enjoying, let's see, where is it? Mixed test watch. Okay, so I can just say mixed test, what is it? Test dot watch. Like this. And then I can say this, and then it doesn't like undefined function, rename function 5. Let's see. Spec for unknown function. Right. Okay. All right, so it's succeeding, but we're not getting to some module, some function. So let's take a look. Let's see what's going on. Because it should be printing out. It should be printing out in this bit. Is there a case for renaming all? I think there is. That's true. We could have like a, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you could just, if you wanted to, make arities, you know, something like that, theoretically. But yeah, I mean, we could potentially support something like either a, I don't know, a value like an asterisk, or just rename Or just like if you don't specify it, then it's all. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so let's see, why are we not getting here? Let's see if you look at this function right here. Actually, let's see if are we even getting to the zipper in question. We are not. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Update glob, I think because, well, no, let's see. Update glob should do an include glob. It does. Your plan for what kind of stuff? I don't even know what are you talking about, man? Secrets. I might talk about it in this stream. We'll see. So update glob should be doing an include glob as well, to make sure that that's included. Oh, you were talking to somebody else. All right. So what they were talking about, by the way, Mitch, is basically I'm writing like a refactor tool that'll rename a function in a code base, and it's like, this is very similar to to a refactor you'd want in your language server. So I think it would be kind of an interesting question. Like, this will technically do exactly that. So language servers could depend on Igniter. It doesn't have a runtime or anything. It's just a bunch of functions. So you could theoretically just make a rename function code action, or whatever that is. Maybe not code action, custom command, etc. And just use Igniter if you wanted. I don't know. There's no skin off my back if that's not what happens, but. All right, so let's see why we're not getting to the, let's just change this to the exact file name, lib example. Huh. Is this something wrong? Okay, hold on. Am I even getting here? Okay, so it's something wrong with update glob. So we call it include glob, and then we say if globx.match. Okay, let's take a look. So we are finding lib example. Let's take a look at the glob and see if it matches. Oh, interesting. Oh, I don't think we want to use path.expand. Are we? Yeah, we don't want to use path.expand because then. Oh, I see. Maybe we do want to use. Yeah, okay. So what this does is if in test mode, it does this. It path.expands the, it's kind of annoying, but all right, let's see. Update glob. I can just do this. So we're just going to pretend like, I think this is theoretically it ought to work, and it doesn't. It's like least change. Okay, cool. So we're getting to some module.sum function. Beautiful. Well, hold on. Not quite beautiful. Get rid of this one. Are we getting there here? We are. Hooray. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to match on all of the ways that we know this function could be getting called. And here's where shit gets really complicated. If it's a local function call, so let's say, I'm not going to I don't necessarily have to start here, but like, let's say we're replacing this code, like, import foo, and then it's, foo like this, and we're replacing, or well, let's make it our example, some module, and then we're saying, what was our sum function? we have to be able to replace this one too. So it's going to get a little weird, and I don't think we're going to be able to deal with like unused imports and all sorts of other crap. We're just going to have to let be for now. But I think that's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay if we like, because the reason I say unused imports is because we would just rewrite this to some other module, or some other module dot some other function. I think. Renaming macros is a little bit more complicated because you have to make sure that the module is required and blibbity blobbity blue. I don't know, but for now, let's take a look. Let's just let's go for the simple example. So the node itself is going to look like a standard function call node ish, right? So, and we actually do have this in this stuff in, we have like function call, and this pattern matches right here on the, yeah, so this stuff right here, it already knows about imports and all sorts of other stuff. This is a lot, but we're going to have to do it like this. Yeah, okay. Let's just copy this crap in. I might extract this out into like a rename function at node or something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter right now, but okay. So we'll call this like do rename zipper old module, old function, new module, new function. Arity. Well, we already know that it's of the right arity, so whatever its arguments are going to have to be passed down in. Okay. So all right. So what we do here, so we're going to check and see, we can, yeah, let's say what's useful to know is this. We checked, yeah, this, oh my God, this is going to be a whole thing, but it's going to be a thing because I think that people are going to have a crappy experience with this unless they're on like a recent version of Elixir, because we won't, it's fine. Cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay, I do need to know the arity. So we'll do this here, because that's how I'll know that if this function is imported. So this would be old module, old name equals imported name. Is that not right? Old function. All right. Yep. So these will be old name across the board. Right. And wait, what? Old function. God, my brain doesn't work good. My brain is an old function. All right. So we have these two cases. What is this for? This is, oh yeah, if we can get an environment or if we can't. Probably if we can't get the environment, we should bail on this and say like, please upgrade to a new version of Elixir. Maybe I will actually just do, so this, no, we'll do our best. Okay. My God, old function. All right. So now in each of these cases, what we need to do is actually do the rename. And if we look, this is the dot aliases split old function case with the arguments right here. So we're in this first one. So for right now, we're just going to only do this one. All right, and we'll say, then in this case, well, this doesn't work. I need like, call this dot meta, alias meta, call meta. All right. We're going to put in here module.split the new function, or the new module. All right, here, and then after the split will be new function, and then here call meta args. All right, that should theoretically do it, and these will be the same, actually. Call meta. All right, let's see if it works. All kinds of errors. All right. Oh yeah, alias. No, wait, what? Here. We're blowing up. Let's see, zipper.node. All right. No case clause matching. Right, because this needs to return okay that it did it. So this should probably be something like enum.reduce. Yeah. No. Right. No. Okay, so for now, let's just do this. Forgot, actually, here's where we would it's a good question. I don't know. Key.node not found in. Where are we at here? How are we even getting to replace code? Oh, here we go. Right, because this needs to return a zipper, not a, to be zipper.replace. So this is the new zipper. And this will just be zipper. Which we really shouldn't even get to a fallback case here, like if we detected that it was a function. All right, so we're not blowing up. So now we can actually say puts diff. Let's see what the changes look like. All right, well, we're getting there. Why is it a string? Because the split module needs to be turned into, say like split and atomize. It needs to be turned into atoms. Okay. We did it. We got our refactor. So now I can say, hey, how's it going? I can say assert has patch lib/example.ex. I gotta say, like, it's really fun working on Igniter. Really invested in like the toolings, like to be able to do this logic here, like just assert has the file has a patch, and I don't know, it's nice. So we can just say like this, and the test should pass. Assert has patch. Cool. So we did the base case. Ship it, right? We're done. All right. So from here, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, this needs to return zipper. So we're just gonna need to test more complicated cases now. Let's test that, let's say on like one-arity functions. Let's just go to 2 because, I mean, honestly, in these cases, it's interesting because yeah, it's fine. I'm not really worried about the body of the arguments because that's all going to be handled relatively easily, but just on the case that all right, let's see. And then we'll say 2. Some function, some other function too. Oh, there we go. Okay, I just had to save. Okay. So it works with a bunch of arguments. So now let's try a pipe because I know that'll break. Yeah, that was the part that I was really surprised about with the testing on Igniter. What makes it so nice, especially, is in certain core places, we actually know that we're in test mode. And so you have like a fake file system in a way, and all of our things that create files or like assert that files existed or like whatever on the file system, we just keep a big map of like, pretend file names, and anything that actually touches the file system should look in that test files assign if it's in test mode. So we can test everything without actually having to write anything to the file system, which is super nice. And you don't have to like clean up after your tests or any of that crap. So all of that I think is a really nice, I mean, there's some trade-offs in that you can't like easily compile that stuff. Probably not. I don't think that I will be able to get to the fancy diff stuff on Igniter by next week. No, but I would encourage you to take a look. I mean, I think you should be able to do something, not without too much effort. There's only the one place or like the couple places where we spit out the diff. So, maybe that's something that you could take a stab at and I could help refine, but I probably won't have time to get to it by next week. Yeah, I saw that. There's Zach, what's his name? I know his name, but for some reason I keep thinking of the actor Quinto. But let's be easy to learn things about your code base or do stuff like that. Do you mean like sort of quiz your code base? Yeah, I think so what Z theme is this? Let me see. Night Owl Dark. Which I like it. The reason I like it is it has these little white borders, so like you get this nice sort of like poppy feeling with the menus and stuff. Whereas if you look at like if I change a different theme, it like these ones, right? Where it's like drop shadows instead of borders, etc. But for me, like I really like the way that the lines are really clear for some reason. I don't know why, but I like it. All right. Say like 1. So we'll do this. Excuse me. Okie dokie. So what we're going to want is we're going to want to see this. I actually think it would be just this line would change, right? And we would see it turn into this, something like this. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, there's a huge intersection between like the kind of tooling that we're writing and like that you would want in a language server, I think. Especially because like, I mean, I'm using Spitfire, which is like your language server or like the tool you're using for your language server to do the parsing, right? So like we need a lot of the same things. I need to be able to really to know and like parse Elixir files and all that sort of stuff, which the language server has to be able to do. And then, yeah, it's just very like symbiotic type tooling. It's not the right word, but all right, let's see how we're doing. So we should get no diff here. Right. Yeah, I completely agree. Well, that's like that same motivation is a lot of what's going on behind Igniter is like, I want, like, for instance, in Igniter, we have tools for working with Phoenix, right? Which is, we're like, it's not perfect because this should live in Phoenix's project. That way, if Phoenix upgrades, then you do the right thing. But we have all this stuff to like add a scope to the Phoenix router. And there are multiple other projects that are using this to modify the Phoenix router. And now we have like a standard place. Like if I can add options, I can add options, I can fix what all this means. And so by having Igniter as a library that people can use, individual projects can expose their own things. That's one of the end goals of all of this is to have a Phoenix upgrader. All right, I'm just going to spoil the thing that I'm working on because it's fun and I'm excited about it. And I have it working. Thanks to Mitch, actually, earlier. He really helped me out. He was rubber ducking, but also providing actual useful feedback too. So I guess that's just called help. Anyway, trying to figure this out, but if you say so. So we have a new mix task that's coming to the next version of Igniter called mix igniter.upgrade, and you give it a list of packages right. And what this does is this goes and looks for a task in the project that it's called upgrade, and that task has a map of transformations that can upgrade you from before it to after it, right? And I'm really excited about this because what we're going to do is, so now instead of just saying mix deps.update, you would say mix igniter.upgrade to upgrade your dependencies. And it would both download from Hex, but it would also check to see if there's any upgrade scripts that need to run. And we're going to provide a GitHub action that you can put in your own, GitHub CI stuff that detects, and I looked up, I figured out we should be able to do this, that detects a PR from Dependabot and runs the upgrades from the old versions to the new versions and commits that into the pull request. So Dependabot will be able to, there's the Laravel shift type tooling that people really love in Laravel, where you get like PRs of the upgrades to your packages. So we're going to be able to do that, but it's for free. Like Dependabot it'll just work with Dependabot. You don't need to like pay. I think you pay like $100 a month or $100 a year, for Laravel shift or some amount of money. And this will just be like part of the tooling built in. So I'm really excited about that. But that's why I'm writing the first rename or the first refactor so that I can ship this with Igniter so that I can test this in my other projects. So yeah, I'm excited. All right, so let's get my test going again. It's interesting because this is just spinning. Is that what's happening? I didn't re-angle my desk. I'm using here. I stopped using my iPhone camera because it kept like having like weird laggy behavior. Here, put my camera in the middle instead of off to the side. But I do need to figure out why my iPhone camera doesn't work, why it keeps freezing. What I also need to figure out is, I wonder if update all matches is looping forever because we're dropping in the same result. Yeah, the iPhone looks great, but for whatever reason, whatever's happening, uh, it's even when it's plugged in, I expect, like I was doing it when it was plugged in, it just freezes randomly. Like, so I need to figure out what the hell that is. And I'm going to try to do that. I keep trying to figure it out at the beginning of my stream, but I should be figuring it out like, before I go live. I guess I'm just too lazy. Okay. So what needs to happen here is if the zipper is the same as it was before, then, oh, this is super fascinating because that's not quite enough either. Let's say there's one match we want to update. Huh. Yeah. Wow. Here's what we're going to do. Oh, I don't even know how to do this. We need to, we have to put in special metadata into the zipper node that says that this particular node was touched and so should not be considered a match. Because like yeah. So it's like, if they return the same zipper from their function, we need to the zipper.node is not always guaranteed to be a 3-arc tuple or whatever. What is it? It's like is a tree just macro.t, which is what? Yeah. So because of this, what I'm going to have to do, I think, is I'm going to have to surround them in like a... Oh, this can also have problems, but let's see. We would do something like this. See you, Mitch. Thanks for dropping by. Oh, I know what I can do. I know what I can do. Okay, so we're gonna, if the zipper is the same, then I'm gonna return this. And in the case of, we're gonna say, move to event zipper case zipper.node do doesn't really matter what any of this other stuff is. So we're going to say false. So we're going to say we're not going to move into one of these ignored blocks. Right, this is fine. So, is that not right? Oh. So then what we're going to do is when we get to the done case, we're going to call update all matches again with the zipper. This is crazy. Is this going to be cyclic? I don't think so, right? So it'll be, and in this case now it'll be match ignored block. This is some big brain shit, all right? Can't tell me otherwise. All right, and then I think this will work. Let's find out. Still spinning forever. So maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. So why would it be spinning forever? I mean, what we should see is that I'm getting to ignore block, zipper, but I'm probably, I'm probably getting here a bunch of times. Right. Maybe I typoed something like in my matching. So the block is what? It is not ignored block. Case fun.zipper. Are we ever getting here? Huh. What is my function returning every time? It's returning, yeah, okay, zipper. And that zipper should match. Why does the zipper not ever match? Because this thing, rename function in here. This do rename should not. Let's see. Zipper. Oh, because the zipper. No. Okay. Come on. Oh, wait, what? We're not getting here either? Oh my God. Zipper. No, wait. Hold on. Where are we getting? Oh, no, here we go. Old, new. How are these not the same? Lock 1, 2. Okay. Why does this? It's like sometimes it's getting there, sometimes it's not when I run these tests. What the hell is going on here? There we go. Oh, am I running the wrong test? Oh, I see. I'm running one. Yeah, the order of these tests is okay. That's, and the one that's okay. 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 So this is the one that's, where they're both spinning. Let's see. Let me try this. Let me not do this. Okay, so that's not the problem either. And this one's not getting into here. Okay, let's see. Doesn't really matter. I just need to know which gate, where we're getting. Okay, here one, here one. So that's, okay, wait. So we're getting to this spot and we're dropping in ignored block. Oh, because what we're dropping an ignored block. How frustrating. This is, yeah, we're dropping in the node itself that was ignored. And so we keep checking in that node. And so what has to happen is case zipper dot up say with call this upwards when not is nil upwards zipper dot up zipper true no ignored block upwards dot node. So we also have to ignore the direct child of an ignored node. Hey, okay, cool. So now, okay, now I believe I can put back in our thing to clean all this crap up at the end. Yeah, I don't think I can use this function again to do this because of it's a chicken and the egg problem. I think what I need to do is it's like zipper dot find, not find all, zipper dot traverse zipper zipper dot traverse like nodes. No, it's zipper, yeah. Okay. So here we're going to do this. Okay, cool. So now we're running this and we're not finding this like we expected to happen. So we need to go back to our rename logic here and we need to, oh, what's this? Oh, it says arity cannot equal any. Oh, well, I guess it can. We'll just, this solves that other thing. I can't remember who was talking about it, but they're talking about supporting like all arities. But I do need to do this. We'll say this supports arity any. Oh, and I can just do what that's doing as well and say the default. Cool, that works. Okay, so we need to handle pipes. These are roughly equivalent to each other. So we've got pipe meta, first arg, dot meta, alias meta, call meta. All right. First arg dot meta. So here we're going to do the same thing they were doing here. We're going to say split and atomize new module. And we're going to put new function right here. That's pretty straightforward. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Pipe meta, first arg. What am I doing? Yeah, pipe meta, first arg, dot meta, alias meta. Fun meta. Call meta. All right, so now we need to do the same thing for the non-import. I'm kind of wondering, why is all of this, I feel like I did this badly when I made all of this like the same. This is, what is the difference between these two branches? It's just these don't run, right? Yeah, so this is stupid. Which branches? So it does everything down to the pipes. So now I can, right? What did I do? What doesn't it like? 120, 121 might not have a matching do. Okay, so this end should be for this case statement. Oh, cool. So now we can just skip. What is this one? I guess, yeah, I'll do that in a second. We can skip these ones. I'm just going to put this here for when we get there. When env not is nil. Env. Yeah, this is much better. Actually, and this is even easier. I can just say when imported, because all of these are predicated on, yeah. So there is a problem with this, which is, oh, we have expand aliases in here, right? Is that good to do? I feel like this might be we might find a bug here. All right. But now that we have that concept, we will just say imported equals env and, you know, say not is nil. Or even better yet. Oh my gosh. All right. Don't need any of this crap now. Okay. So I need to finish this one as well, which is basically the same thing, except it has this context meta thing going on. All right. Yeah, this looks good. I spelled that wrong. Call meta, call meet. Oh man, I'm funny. All right. So now this should work with the pipes. But I think we're gonna have some problems with the way aliases work. So we'll test that out here after. Yeah, we'll do aliases next after this pipe version. All right, what doesn't this like? dot node not found in. Right, because these still need to do this. So I'm also going to refactor this in this function code to do this this better behavior around Yup. So this will say imported equals false. We'll get rid of the whole bottom case here. 236. I need to get rid of one more. Yeah. And then these will just say when imported. Okay. That's nice. All right, let's make sure, are the tests passing? How are we doing? Nope, they're not. Replace one. That makes sense. It's not a thing. Down here, zipper.replace. Zipper. Hey, it works. All right, so we've got our pipe version working. So the next case is we're going to do an alias. I guess I see, well, yeah, okay, I see why. Because what we do is we say that we expand aliases on the node, right? I think this actually is going to be fine. Because if we don't replace the zipper, it'll use its old thing. Yeah, this is going to be cool. All right. So we'd say alias some module as something else. So what this should do is this. We should see something else dot some function 1.2 get replaced with some other module dot some other function. Now the reason this is kind of lame is like you have this dangling alias now. There's not really much I can do about that. I mean, we could have like a separate clean up unused aliases step, which I guess is like actually kind of fine. Nothing really hurts to just do that. Like on any file that we touch, we could clean up aliases. Yeah, there's no reason not to on any unused aliases. I mean, the only question is it reasonable for us to detect that or not? Yeah, so what that would be is like, yeah, okay. Let's just see. Yeah, so this works. At tag focus. It said it works, but I'm not sure if it actually ran that one. Okay, no, it didn't work. Damn. It didn't detect it. All right. So let's see why it did not. So what we should be seeing, let's take a look. Are we getting the env? Oh, because it'll be a question of here in the function call. If we're oh. No, that's fine. All right, so are we getting the env here? We are. And it has the aliases of something else, some module. We're expanding the aliases. So, oh wait, no, that's right. Yeah, expand alias should do what it does. So let's take a look. Let's see. We're not, oh, this is going to be a lot of stuff, but let's say igniter.util.debug.puts code at node. No, that's not actually going to help me. Well, that's okay. That's interesting. See, we're getting to, yeah, we're getting to this, something else dot some function 1, 2. So that's good, right? Oh, no, that's not good. That means it's not replacing aliases the way that we expected it to. So this expand aliases is not doing the right thing. Okay, well, this is going to suck to debug, because what we need to do, let's see. Yeah, okay, maybe this will be fine. Are we getting here? Yep. We are. So we want to say at some point, and there's a lot of times we're getting here, but that's fine. All right, do expand alias. Oh. Yeah, okay, no, so we do have. We are indeed getting into the weeds. But this is what it takes to make this kind of tooling good. I mean, ideally, other people aren't having, oh, it's returning the right thing. Something else alias some module. What the shit? All right, so zipper.replace. Huh? So expand alias is working. Excuse me. So in here, here we go. So let's just see what the code looks like before and after we expand the alias. Are we doing that right? It'll be in, oh, that's not right. So maybe this is actually a bug in our expand aliases code. I think it is, because let's see, expand alias, right. Yeah. All right. Figured it out. Okay. Cool. So now we are properly detecting aliases. I guess the question is, do we want to go for the fancy thing of removing unused aliases whenever an Elixir file changes? I wonder what the trick is there. I wish Mitch was still on the call. On the call, like it's a Zoom call, but I wish Mitch was still around, because he would be able to help with this for sure. All right, we'll leave that for later. We'll figure out the removing of aliases later. But what that does mean is we're very close. Now all we need to do is detect imports. All right. let's see. Right, so import some module. You know what? This is actually, I think, probably not going to work because some module is not a real mod. Oh. Shit. This only works. I'm almost 100% sure that this is not, that this is like a big problem actually. Like the basic problem is that this isn't going to work for things that are defined in the user's app itself, unless we are also compiling their app, but we're not. That's the whole point. There could be changes. I'm going to have to like, oh no, I don't even want to think about what I'm going to have to do for this. Anyway, let me just prove that it doesn't work, because how could it work, right? So when we do this, like, it doesn't, there's nothing that tells this at all where this comes from. So if I were to say, you know, right, there's no way that this is going to work. Right, and it doesn't. And the reason for this, well, I mean, either way, even if I go back into this imported thing, right? So let's take a look at the env here. Damn. So, right, this is going to be in function call. This do env here. So it'll be here. Damn. Yeah, so it's like what has to happen? So when we go to get the env here using Spitfire, I mean, yeah, you know, probably. You know, Spitfire does all of this stuff, but it's like it can't know about it can't know about other modules. Like what I would have to do is any imported module, I would have to go get the source for and put it up at the top of this module as if it was a part of it, is what I would have to do. But the problem with that is that all these functions take a zipper, not an igniter. They don't have the whole project available to them. Damn. I think we just screwed ourselves. What it means. What do it mean? I mean, I could do something stateful, you know, where if I you know, store before calling these functions or something, you know, all of the igniter in the process dictionary, or I have to change any function that might care about env, which is almost any function, because it's like, is this value equal to that value? We'll have to take an igniter instead of like an igniter and a zipper, which blows. Wow, I have to think a lot about this one. I do have to think a lot about this one. All right. Well, what could I do? Is there like a magic spell here? Like when you get a zipper back from for a file, it contains the igniter in the topmost node. So you just have to pass around a zipper, but the zipper always knows what the thing is. That would be a way. So when you say like update elixir file or whatever, yeah, it's like you get this zipper. And what we could theoretically do is on this top zipper, we could say like, right, like, and then we throw away this zipper, right? Yeah, zipper.root, so that's fine. I mean, this could theoretically work. It's kind of insane, but it would go here. If Lucas is watching, he's gonna hate this, or however you pronounce it. Lucas. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He would not like this, I don't think. But so we have update elixir file and what update glob, I think, also uses the update elixir file. And then if I go to project/module, yeah, I'm not really proud of this. What is, we have like update module, yeah, and this find an update module, find module. So we get this new zipper. So what we would need to do is here would say I think these are like the only ways you can currently get a zipper. No, because you can find all matching modules, which will give you back a zipper. Oh, I don't know. Let's just see what we can do with this magical nonsense. How this mixed test watch thing just dumps crap into my console. That's kind of annoying. I mean, of course it does. It's not its fault, but all right, so get rid of this other stuff like this one. Okay. Yeah, so oh, well, we have a rewrite at some point. Yeah, probably. Why are we losing it is the question. Probably because something in Sorcerer doesn't retain the actual, like, of course it doesn't, it shouldn't, but doesn't retain the actual root node. Yeah, like it what would I have to do to make this work? Because changing the entire API of all of our igniter functions is not really on the table. But I also don't want to make this stateful. They don't actually destructure the super tree at all. Like ever. Yeah, I mean, even if I do use a gen server though, I mean that's all it's the kind of the same either way. The same problem either way, which is like now like I have to store with where who the gen server is somewhere like in the process dictionary. So my only it's like stateful or not are the only options. And the reason I'm leaning towards not stateful is well, just because making things stateful is always adds complexity. But also, it's like maybe I can solve this with by changing some changes to the data structure itself that we're working on. So like if Zipper had, in addition to all this stuff, had like okay, I hate this, right? And but something like this, you know. Alternatively, what I could do to make it actually like legit. Yeah, what I could do to make it not quite so dumb is let me see. Is instead of putting igniter like this, I would say something like node, zipper equals where I would put it in like meta. I'm not actually sure what this would do if like well, let's just see, because I think having a top level block like that would be a problem. Um oh, like I'm pretty sure that this is going to result in like everything being wrapped in like a surrounding block or something like that, but I'm not. Well, how do our other tests do? Oh, should change this renames to just rename. Not rebane. Okay. Yes, yeah, no, this is exactly what I was thinking. It puts all of the crap at the top in this block, and I don't know if there's any sort of thing that like a no-op block that I can add to a zipper. I guess what I would have to do basically is um I'd have to do this type of thing after any. Where did I change this? This is annoying. Maybe I should actually call this igniter. It would have been the other place would have been, oh no, I'm in module. Okay, so it would have been in, there we go. So if we get back here, we'd say, yeah. Okay, we'll say igniter dot topmost root node. So I don't think that this top, is this the node? Tree, it is. Okay, so I can just call this topmost root, that's fine, but. Yeah. All right, so this is complicated because we want to make sure that it's at the topmost root. So I think what we would do is the zipper has what is super tree. And then this will do this right here. This is not great stuff that I'm doing, but I'm gonna have to think about this. But I'm just gonna keep going. Why not? Screw it. All right, so we're gonna use these two functions. Let's make these private for now. And then what we'll do here is we're going to say igniter.code topmost root zipper, and up here we'll say zipper equals zipper with igniter, zipper, igniter. And then we want to do the same thing in module now. Project/module. Where did it? Okay. So we're going to say okay. So so now theoretically we should just get the one test failure. Nope. Oh. Yeah. Oh, we're still getting a bunch of, oh, the, really? How are we still getting this same problem? Is there, did I miss one? I did. I missed one of these. No, no, I didn't. What the shit? Okay. Let's just run one of these. Perhaps this like, is Zipper like stripping out? Is this sorcerer like stripping out the thing? Let's see. Where am I? So we have this places block, igniter, zipper.node. And then here, zipper.topmost root. What happens if I just do this? Oh, it still doesn't like that either. Maybe I'm not calling this somewhere that I'm supposed to be calling this, like in, or maybe config. What is it doing? No, update Elixir file. Right. So in here, it's like apply func with zipper. So let's see, for example, if I just don't do this here, does the test pass? Okay. So the topmost root is like, I think, let's see, are we getting to this one? We are, right? And it's missing that meta that we put in it. So I think maybe, is this something in zipper? I don't know why it would be. That it like, that it cleans the meta. They're using stuff in meta. Oh. No, this is just deleting the stuff that they use. Just like spelling something wrong? Like why? So yeah, it has the igniter in its stuff here. And then now let's see. Let's call this a label. Let's clean this up real quick. Okay. So what we want to figure out is right here why this on the OK branch. Let's see. We're getting there, right? Yeah, OK branch. It's got a block with, I think, a single child in it based on what I'm seeing. Yep, a single child in it. But how? Do I have like a fucking typo? I probably do. It's gonna be something stupid. Block. Turns a root node. So this ought to be right. Oh. So we should get to other in that branch, I'm assuming. Yeah, block. Oh, that's really interesting. Is it interesting? It's something about the way adding code is extending the parent block. Oh, what does that even mean? That would be like we have extendable block. No, that's not it either. Okay. All right. What does this mean? So what? No, I'm going to have to do this with zipper because we need a token structure to pass around. I guess what could happen, I mean, yeah, by using the zipper or by adding like some metadata on the top, on the super tree of the zipper, then we have our single token. It's just that the problem statement really is that it always should have been, a different token, like a zipper and the igniter, so that if something needs to know something about other modules to do what it has to do, then it can do that. And that's the real way. That's the real way that this kind of borked. So I still have my two options, which is figure out a way to pass this token structure around, like to make it work in the zipper. Here, or using something like this where we assign, where we put something in the metadata. So somewhere along the way, we're doing like something wrong with this top level block. And I do think that this, and not meta niter, that would prevent us from putting any other children, Need to figure out how to resize my windows better because this is okay. That would prevent us from putting in any other children to the block. Maybe there's something in add code. Let's see. Yeah, is it an extendable block? So we're checking for an extendable block everywhere. Oh. Maybe it's like this kind of thing. Yeah, I think that's still going to break in some cases here, probably because right here, I'd be willing to bet that zipper.node has meta that we care about. The actual roots meta. No, the reason I need to use the meta like this, I think, is because okay, let me just keep that there. That's fine. I can't put it in like it's code because that's going to screw up all of the like traversal stuff. It has to look like an empty block at the top with some kind of metadata. And okay, this is good. This is where we're clobbering it. It's a little weird. I don't, maybe this will be like a 1.0 level refactor or something, but I think for now I can actually just, it's pretty crazy, but whatever. We'll say meta equals case zipper.node do. Ah, damn, I thought maybe we had it. Let's see. Well, hey, I mean, we're getting the rewrite. So we're putting, maybe it's, are we doing this everywhere? So yeah, here, this is getting the yep. This doesn't screw with anything's meta. Oh, well, here we go. Could this do it? Saying zipper.replace upwards. Okay. I could do it. It's hard to trace this down is the real problem. And this is the problem with these like recursive code patching things in the first place, right? Is you go through all of these different transformations, and I guess probably a better thing for me to do would be to write like a smaller test case for this. Yeah. Let's double check though what's happening now in this guy right here. We're getting here. Oh. Okay, so it's working in one case but not in the other. Let's see this. Here, what should I say? Wait, no. Working everywhere. Not necessarily, not everywhere, I mean, but what the hell? Do I just like delete this whole file? What is happening? Okay, that was weird. Zed being weird, I think. So this is working now, and we should be returning the child, I believe, right? So, but I wonder if something, if the reason for this is is now that because this code is all being seen as in a block, it's not being extended. This might actually just be a regular old bug or something that we want to fix in add code here, where we're extending, we're like making a new block. Yeah. Maybe what we should do, oh, we can treat, what happens? Let me see something. Source parse string. Isn't it parse? Oh. So what does this get? This gets you a block with multiple children at the top. That works. So maybe this is wrong. And here we should let it extend that parent block. Oh my God. Yeah, all right. My brain's a little broken for today. So I was thinking I was going to get a little bit more progress done, unfortunately. And I guess like the upgrade stuff can live without this, but I do kind of need to fix this problem. So let's see, we're calling add code. We should only be calling add code, I think, once in this particular test. Maybe I'll find a simpler test that's failing, actually. All right, let's try this. That's not going to work anymore. Let's just find the simplest test that's failing. It looks to be a pattern with all of these where it's like the... Yeah, it's like because the existing stuff is in a block and we're wrapping that block or something along those lines. That's the problem. And yeah, okay. I get it, sort of. We're so close. I think this is actually going to work though. Yeah, I'm like, I was going to give up, but maybe I won't. I don't know. Well, what the hell? All right, let's take a look. So how many times are we calling add code here? All right. So we're getting here twice. And let's see, what are we adding? So the first time, okay, so the second time doesn't actually matter. It's only the first time that we're screwing everything up. The second time is adding a cursor to get the end at a point. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to see the first result here of adding code. Just going to erase so we don't continue. And so we have this, oh, look at this. Look, we have this. This doesn't really matter much, but yeah, I think that this is the problem, is we're like duplicating a block in this add code bit. So let's find out which branch we're getting into here. That's step one. All right. I don't know if DBG would help me here. I still need I'm not like used to it. I'm one of those old curmudgeons. All right, let's see. All right, well, let's just start with that. So we're getting into the C. Oh wait, we're calling this twice. Oh right. That's the in. No, we're calling it twice. I have my raise in here. Oh, it must be inside of. It doesn't really matter. So let's just look at the first one that's printed. C. All right. So what that means is, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see what it was going in to. Yeah, I can try it. I'll try it. Let's see. Well, it's weird. I actually don't want to, because I don't want to see the output anymore, but I will try it next time. Zipper with igniter is not going to do anything. So if I change this and I just say zipper, so it's going to work. Does it get to a different branch? Yeah, it goes to the A branch. Okay. All right. So now we know what the problem is. It used to go through this A branch, which is that upwards of the zipper is an extendable block. And now it is not an extendable block, because what's upward from the zipper, we've actually explicitly marked it as not an extendable block. So if I go down here, I mean, let's say, okay, it's not an extendable, or that doesn't affect the extensibility of the block. And let's put this back. Let's see. Okay, well, that's confusing. Now it changes the number of times this is called, right? Oh. Let's see. It does change the number of times that it's called. Let's see. So it's getting down to this, where was I? This C case. And let's go even further. Oh, yeah. Why do I write such shitty code? All right, where are we going? F gets to the F branch, which is right here. We're saying replace the existing zipper right. Well, then maybe this is just. I don't think this would have anything to do with it. If there's multiple children, then it needs to just be a, right. Yeah, so that's also not the problem. But so first we go through A, and then we get to C, and then we get to E right here. I guess I do need to see where it all goes wrong. So this returns a zipper, this whole big thing, whole nonsense. All right, so let's say, this is going to be helpful. I'm not sure, but let's see. So Yeah, right. It's like it goes immediately wrong. I guess that's actually, let's see. So if I don't do this zipper with igniter and I just return zipper, it's going to show me that same thing, but I think without the code. What? What the? What the? Okay, first off. Let's make it so I can tell which one is the close. Oh gosh. Every time I go to stream, it turns into this crap. I guess that's just coding in general, but yeah, like, so this is not relevant. This is updating the configuration file. I don't care about that. So if I go back to this, let's see. Yeah, it's like it's thinking that it has to add, because it looks like a, it's like not, oh, it's not getting, because of the scope? I think it might be because of the scope. Yeah, I mean, I'm being quickly talked out of this being a good idea in general, but it would be nice to figure out why it's not working before I decide to do something else. That was it. All right, let's just see what happens. Do all of our tests pass? Maybe I will leave this wonky as crap pattern in place if all of our tests pass. I think that was a test failure, but that might be the one from. All right, let's see if one test fails, then we're in the right situation. Oh, I gotta decide. I gotta decide if it's worth the jank or not. You know, like it's not really that janky. I mean, we have all these tools. Yeah, exactly. To do refactor sometime. Yeah, I don't know. Oh shit, it works. So now the big question is, can we do that original thing that we wanted to do, which is, oh, I still have some coffee, which is in this current or env stuff. Let's see, zipper.topmost root. Zipper.node. So the question now is, when we run our failed test, are we going to get to this? We didn't even get here at all. Topmost. Where are my spell checks at? Come on, guys. What's the point of the stream if you aren't going to tell me what my spell checks are? We have this rescue. I'm going to take this out just in case there's something happening that I'm not seeing. Yeah. Right, because topmost root is the node. Well, there's one time where we don't have an igniter. Oh, wait. Right, we don't have, because of this rescue again. So let's see. Update all matches, supply func with zipper. Interesting. How do we not have... Let's see if not igniter, let's io.inspect. Zipper.topmost root. Let's take a look at the zipper itself. Maybe something we're doing is reparenting that top node. It has the igniter in it somehow. It's just got def module. Oh. No. Is within not doing the right thing? Zipper.subtree. Supertree zipper. That's doing the right thing. Probably hear my dogs in the background. So how is this happening? This is let's see. I feel like it's going to be some combination of this call to within, where so we go through apply func with zipper right here, and this has the zipper with the igniter in it, and then we call common dot within. We're calling zipper.subtree. Let's see. Okay, so that's right. Okay, yeah, look, the super tree is there. Is it a bug in topmost root? Case zipper.topmost root. Oh. Right. Where are we at over here? No, zipper dot topmost root. So what this does is zipper topmost. If there's a super tree into that shouldn't matter either. But where did I have this? I had this. That was here. So within, okay, let's just, it seems like within is doing the right thing because we're calling this, we have the super tree available. So if it's not within, then where do we go next? We go down to update all matches. Well, here actually I can see. This will probably print that like a bunch of times. Wait, what? Oh, this is. Wait, this is something totally else. This isn't what I was looking at before. This is something wrong with the AST. What? Yeah, this is happening regardless. Does this have an igniter in it? It does. Protocol enumerable, not implemented for block. It doesn't really make any sense, but something is producing. Like we're screwing up our zipper somewhere. So there's something wrong with this. Actually, this is going to have the same problem. It's going to fail the same way because you can't turn this code into a string for whatever reason. Oh, because the code looks like, what the shit? It looks like what? That's wacky. Yeah. So somehow, I guess, is that actually wacky? I'm not sure, because no, it's not. It's probably actually fine. Now that I think about it, is like sometimes this would fail. The real question though is, here's what I should do. Yeah, let's do this like this. Also, well, whatever. So this should be allowed to fail. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's not. I don't think it's really my problem. I think it's something. I don't know. It may like can't turn that code into a strings everywhere. Okay. And there is not a case where there isn't an igniter anymore. I don't know where that was coming from, but right. So now what I can theoretically do, yeah, later. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I'm gonna hop off here any minute now. So what I can theoretically do is I would look for referenced modules. Oh God, probably been wasting my. I mean, I don't know. I could look for reference modules in this text and put them at the top of the text when gathering their. I guess it's like I should have talked to Mitch about this as to whether or not Spitfire actually would do this in the first place or not. Like how that actually works. Probably not. Damn. All right. I think that's good enough for today. I figured I solved the problem I wanted. Whether or not that's actually the way for that to happen is neither here nor there. I'm going to talk to Mitch about how I can actually make this happen without these modules being compiled, because that's, you know, pretty crucial. And if I can't do it, I mean, it's actually fine in general. If the code has to be compiled, if it's from a dependency, that will be compiled. And so maybe it's like we just tell people you can't rename functions, or you can't, I don't know, we can't detect imports of the user's code without compiling it. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for joining me, everybody. It was a good time. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to go catch some dinner, watch Survivor, you know, important stuff.